I did want to mention that I like to chart out my stripe friend of friends before I get started. Since this is a 2 contrasting color to 7 main color ratio, in this case, I've already done the ribbing, and I do 2 rounds of the main color, 2 rounds of the contrasting color, 7 rounds of the main color, and so on. So I just usually do it to 50 just to get me started. This is going to look different depending on the size that you're making. I go through the pattern then and write down the rounds that have the decreases. So the pink highlighted areas are my decrease rounds. I am here on row 39, which is a contrasting color round. And then I am going to, on that next contrasting color round, do a decrease round. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm also going to show you how to join a new ball of yarn. And here's what we have. Let me raise this camera a little bit. All right, so I have pea coat as my main color and salt as my contrasting color. And hold on. So I am here where I am going to start the contrasting color. And what I do to join a new ball of yarn, I do this. Every new ball of yarn I have ever knit with since I started knitting, this is the way my mother taught me to add a new ball of yarn. Some people like to spit splice when they can, when there's a wool, but I use this all the time. You do have tails to weave in at the end, but what this technique does is lock the stitches together so you don't have a hole in between or anything. I know spit splicing is a great thing too. This is how I like to do it. So with the main color, I just go ahead and take that, let me put those there, as if to knit and leave it on the needle, okay? And then you take your contrasting color, the tail down, as if to knit, wrap it around your needle, and you're going to take those both off at the same time. All right, so that's 1 stitch. Okay, I'm going to show you one more time. Okay, just go ahead and knit with your main color, even though this round is not a main color round. And then your contrasting color, tail down, wrap it around as if to knit. Take them both off the needle. Okay, so also on this round, I am going to knit the stitches between the markers. You have these 2 markers with these purl bumps for a faux seam. Go ahead and knit those on the round that you're changing color. What that does will just give you a nicer or a straighter edge, or a straighter line, I should say, instead of having that purl bump below. It will just, you know, it'll make it look a little neater. I do it anytime I'm ribbing and changing color, so then you don't have that purl line underneath. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and knit this around. All right, so here I am at the first marker. That's a purl stitch, but I'm going to knit it in this new color. Slip my marker and continue on. All right, so here I am at this first marker. There's the purl stitch. I'm going to go ahead and knit that one. Slip the beginning of the round marker. All right, so now here I am at the jogless join. I want to grab the stitch below, put it up on the needle with those other 2. That's all just 1 stitch now, and knit it, okay? So those are the 2 that are 1 stitch. I'm going to grab the stitch below, put it up on the needle, and knit those all as 1 stitch. Just like that. It just really and truly locks it so much nicer. All right. I also should have mentioned you can, you know, bring this up if you want to, and you could catch it with your main color. So you have less tails to weave in. I just like the way it looks better. It's just a tidier, so I don't mind weaving in. I don't have that many to weave in. But you certainly could just, you know, continue dragging that up the seam there. All right, so this is now a decrease round. So you have to remember to mark that round off, and now you're gonna do a decrease round. So, decrease here, and then just continue around. Okay, so remember to decrease here. 3 stitches to go. This is all in the pattern, but just so you reminded. Now I'm here at this purl stitch that's in the seam. Go ahead and purl that on this row, since the stitch below is in the color that you're knitting it into or purling it into. All right, now this is a decrease. And now I'm just gonna knit to the end of this round. All right, so here I am at the decrease, and now I'm going to purl that stitch in between. And now I am changing back to the main color, okay? So with the contrasting color, I'm gonna go ahead and knit put that on the needle, zip to knit. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that to get that out of the way. If you like to carry it all the way up, that's fine too. I just like the way it looks better, but you are certainly whatever you like to do. And now with the main color, I'm going to go ahead and knit a zip to knit. All right, so I have that 1 stitch. It's 2, but it's 1, okay? And now I go ahead and continue around. And it just will make more of a jogless join. You're locking your stitches. Remember to mark off your rows as well. So I will go ahead and cross off 39 and 40, and I'm on row 41, and then I'm going to do another decrease. So I hope that helps, and you're able to keep better track and understand more about how to make the stripe friend to friend. All right, thanks so much for watching, and thanks for liking the pattern. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, friends.